Joe Campizone of CampizoniMMA.com. I'm here joined with Charlie the Spaniard Brenneman after a tough practice at AMA Fight Club. Charlie, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. I'm pretty exhausted, as you can see. It's definitely tough practice here.
For the fans that don't know, can you explain the origin of the nickname the Spaniard?
Spaniard. It started way back in college wrestling. I used to have really long hair, like ponytail long, and my coach started calling me Antonio Banderas. And then we go around doing these wrestling camps. Eventually, that morphed into the Spaniard, and so it kind of stuck with me. Also, used to be a high school Spanish teacher as well, so that kind of goes with it.
Also, a lot of people don't know that you were on the season one winner of Pros vs. Joes.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It was pretty awesome. At the time, I was high school, like I said, high school Spanish teacher, and I just kind of on a whim applied for the show, got on the show, and it was a long process, probably 3-month application process. I didn't really believe I was on it until they flew me out. Went out, ended up winning, took home some cash, went back for the finale, and my brother and I won again, so we won a car.
Nice. So we last saw you in the octagon against Johnny Hendricks. I mean, after a great first round, things didn't go your way. What do you take away from this fight?
First and foremost, I took away that I can compete with the best guys in the UFC. Secondly, and more importantly, probably is I learned what I had to do to improve. I started bringing in a couple different people in addition to where I'm training to help me out with those, mainly my stand-up, just becoming an all-around better boxer, better striker.
Yeah, after going in there and being able to take down high-level wrestlers like Jason High and Hendricks, you got to have a little bit more added confidence in the wrestling department.
Yeah, and kind of unknown, and I take a little bit insulting. I was a pretty damn good wrestler too. I finished in the top 12 in the country, which is far more than Jason High did. Not quite, to the level of Johnny, but when it comes to MMA, that stuff kind of matters. But I proved I can compete with the best of them. I am one of the best of them.
Nice. And Amilcar Alves is your next fight, and we last saw him taken down and controlled by Mike Pierce. You think Mike Pierce wrote the game plan on how to beat this guy?
I think so. Mike Pierce is pretty dynamic. He gets a bad rap sometimes, but we saw against John Fitch, and I saw him fight Paul Bradley back in the day. He's a stud. He knows what to do. So I'm pretty sure he did what worked to win, and I'll do what works to win. If it's stand up, I'll stand up. Take down. Doesn't matter.
Your only loss outside of the UFC comes controversially at the hands of John Howard.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you guys are in the UFC, you're both welterweights. Is this a rematch you're thinking about maybe in the back of your mind? To be honest,
not really. I mean, if it happened, it happened. But there's 50 other guys in my weight class that I haven't fought. So to be honest, I'd rather fight new and different people. Down the line, if it's an important fight, yeah, I definitely take it.
How do you see yourself matching up with the UFC elite?
I tell you what, like I said based off my last fight, Johnny Hendricks is probably the top contender. At this point, I'm realistic. I still got a way to go. I'm only 1-1. I got to win my next fight. But if I progress at the rate I'm progressing now, a year and a half, I'll be in contention.
Lastly, can we get your prediction for the upcoming St. Pierre Josh Koscheck fight?
You know what? I really don't know. I'm a horrible pick. Every time I pick someone, they lose. So I'm not going to jinx either guy. I think it's going to be tough for GSP to beat him, though. Josh is going to go back to what works. He's fought him before. He's got a feel. He's better. So if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably pick Koscheck.
Wow. Okay.
And lastly, check out my website, charlie-brenneman.com, and Spaniard MMA on Twitter.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.